Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. I'm about to talk about how do you divide surds, division of surds, or the quotient rule, okay? How do you divide surds. So please try as much as possible. In the previous video, I talked about the product, how they multiply. It's important for you to go back and look at them and review them. And the video before that, I talked about all the rules together. So, and I promise that I'm going to be looking at each of them in each of the videos. So if you've not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for, so that you can get notification when I upload new topics. All right, so in the previous video, I talked about some concepts. So where I said root A divided by root B is the same thing as saying root A over what? B, okay? So for instance, if I say root 3 divided by root 5 is the same thing as saying root 3 over 5, okay? Or if I say another one could be if I say root 7 divided by root 3 is the same thing as saying what? Root 7 over what? 3. So basically that is the rule. The other one I talked about was if you have something like a root b divided by c root d. I told you that the rational numbers outside is going to divide themselves. So it'll be a over c square root of what? B over what? D. So using this example, now if it was 2 root 3 divided by 5 root 5. So now, let me put another number here to make it, separate it out. So 7. You're going to give us 2 over 7 root what? 3 over what? 5. Are you seeing it? So you divide this separately. So let's say we have another one, 2 root 3 divided by 4 root 5. Now that will give us 2 over 4, okay? Root 3 over 5, and 2 over 4 is the same thing as what? 1 over 2 root what? 3 over 5. Is that making sense? So when you're dividing two surds, you just divide it together. Okay. Now, the next one is we talked about. I told you if I can put it in a new whiteboard. I told you that square root of a divided by square root of a is equal to what? 1. Is that okay? So it's the same thing. If we have square root of 3 divided by square root of 3, that will give us what? 1. They are the same thing. Or if we have 5 root 5 divided by, or let me say something else here. So let me say 5 root 7 divided by what? Root 7. Root 7 divided by root 7 is equal to what? 1. So 5 times 1, and that will give you what? 5. Or you can just put it like 5 root 7 divided by root 7. This is going to cancel this out, and that will give you what? 5. Any way you want to do it, you get the same thing. Now, the key thing here that you need to keep in mind is that when you are having the same surd, you divide it, it cancels out. Now, if you're having different, okay, they're dividing themselves, you just divide the values within the surds. And also, if you have integers as well as the surds, you divide the integers separately and you multiply by what you divide the surds what? Separately. And that is that for that. Okay. Now, the next video I'll talk about the addition and subtraction. So how do you add and subtract surds? Is that all right? So please try as much as possible to review previous video. It's very important so that you can understand how to apply this concept. Very soon, I'll be solving questions about this. So it's important that you try as much as possible to understand how to apply these laws and use them so that you can also solve questions very well. So I'll see you in the next video where we're going to talk about addition and subtraction of what? Of surds.